Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for holding as we get ready for the next lobby. I'm personally very excited about this matchup as we continue with the HCS Open Series. I'm Magic Moonshot, joined by Old Man Mikowski. Mikowski, can you tell us what you're looking forward to with this next series?
Yeah, this is a really exciting series that we're hopping on board with. And I saw like the winners round 3. This feels like we're at least a winners round 4 matchup going rogue. The likes of Envor and Tony Two Turn, a duo that has really been sort of developing, kind of falling off a little bit, then growing a little bit. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Will this be the day they take all the steps forward and really progress here to take on the top 8? They did not make it to Thursday last week. This feels like the type of momentum and energy, the matchup they need to secure the win and find themselves in that top 12. But they're going to have to win this series here, which, like I said, presents a lot of difficulty for how early it is in the day.
Yeah, this is a great matchup for Team Going Rogue to prove that they belong in that top 12 because they're up against a roster that was top 12 just last week. And a little bit of a change on this roster because we see Swish now join with Huss, Neuronical, and Precision, who last week ran under the name Need Org. Previously, they were Believe the Hype, and now running as Team Avengers. A little bit of a roster swap here as Swish takes the place of Bohm. Actually, those two players traded rosters. Bohm is now running with Team Meta, and here we have Swish on the Avengers.
Yeah, and I love Swish on this Avengers squad. He's going to be the battering ram for this team as it relates to team composition, finding his way to not only damage the opponents, but hurt their hearts and souls in hopes of any success here in this series with an early flag cap 1-0, just less than a minute off the clock. Unbelievable run there from the Avengers and Swish.
And especially when you're looking at a map like Empyrean where captures can be a hard fought. That one running the distance in less than a minute looks like a little bit of a speed run coming out from the Avengers. They really are looking like some superheroes so far in the early stages of this game. Parzelli and Envor are the last two alive on the side of Going Rogue. Parzelli with the sniper. Now he has to play a little bit of offense and defense. Hits a nice headshot to cut one player off on that approach to the flag. He's looking for one more, but his precision strafing out of the range of those bullets.
Good job here by Going Rogue to get on the other side of the map, but momentarily, no, it's all Avengers once again as they have the presence in the Going Rogue side of the base, and they're looking to get another flag out here. And look at the opposition here. Going Rogue all scurrying away from damage. We're not seeing them to turn and take on this fight as we finally see Neuronical go down. Some shots there from Tony. Parzelli there with the cleanup, now with Sniper, and he's having to push all the way back into his flag. That's not what you want to see with that Sniper. Because of it, he's going to go down. 2 down for each squad, 3 down for the Avengers. So a little bit of a defensive bounce back there from Going Rogue. But like you always say, Magic, all of these kills are on their side of the base.
The pressure has been on Going Rogue's half of the map from the start of this game. So this is their chance off of those slays to maybe gain some mid-map control and just in time because Rockets and Overshield are spawning in. But there's the wave of kills from the Avengers. Perfectly timed to get those power-ups, and Huss trusting teammates to have the Rockets, to have the Overshield, gets a free pickup of that flag. And here's the Rocket in full effect in the hands of Precision, gets 2 down, looking for the 3rd. But right now, all he has to do is keep Tony suppressed. That flag is going to go the distance.
Oh, you thought it'd be a Sniper be the one thing you didn't want to see coming off a spawn. Is that Rocket connects for 2 and 2 on the board as well for this Avengers roster, starting out better than anyone could have imagined with this 2-0 lead.
2 quick captures in just around 3 minutes, and now Envor with the final rocket gets a takedown. Looking for double. You thought he was going to be at risk of another ninja, but he uses the repulsor, still taken down in the process. A good use of that equipment, though, to try to stall, try to milk his life. But there's just no rest for Going Rogue. Avengers are again in the back of their base. 2 players. Envor around the corner. Swish didn't fully check his corner. He finds out the information, and luckily the 2v1 is enough to keep Swish alive.
Yeah, and this is going to be an odd both flags out scenario. You saw 2 members of Avengers going down while Swish and his teammate pushed up into the other side of the base. Now Precision having to come back, but he's coming back with the flag runner. Oh, but the
nasty.
no-scope from Arctic, triple kill up the lift. Look for Huss for the over. No, doesn't land it, but he lands the well-timed return here. That's one that Going Rogue had to have.
The beautiful triple kill from Arctic, and he still has 5 rounds of that sniper. He had an overloaded sniper, if you will, with ammo from both sniper spawns, and now he's trying to utilize the rest of it. He might burn a couple extra rounds here as he sees the 1v2 collapse coming through. Huss coming back for some revenge off the back of that triple kill, but there's a trade of kills. Going Rogue, unfortunately, they go 4 down. Avengers might look for another push.
Yeah, Going Rogue able to secure the flag score there to make it a 1-flag game, but they used all of their resources in doing so. But look at this. Despite all going 4 down, the Avengers haven't earned that mid-map control just yet. We're used to seeing them fight on the other side, on the Going Rogue side of the map. But despite a team wipe, they're still not there. This is really intriguing, really interesting when you look at the fact that Overshield and Rockets are up now.
Oh, the melee for Overshield. It looks like Envor's going to come out with that Overshield, and Tony is rotating the flag. So both players from that duo you mentioned earlier are working together. Tony is up on that ledge just outside of Needles, and I think he gave the Avengers the slip on that cheeky positioning. Envor rotates over, Parzelli and Tony getting kills. Tony with the double, Arctic with the rocket, potential for the game-tying capture as the rotation is cut off. Arctic stopping the last player that could have been in range, and this was the spot that Tony was in earlier in order to get that so pivotal live and double kill.
Wow, Tony with the big brain positioning earns himself the double kill and earns his team their second flag score to tie this one up at the halfway mark. Just as it looked like the Avengers were ready to run away with it, Going Rogue, well, goes Rogue and scores 2 in a row.
We haven't reached the end game for Avengers just yet. Off of that 2-0 lead, Going Rogue answer with 2 captures of their own. Here comes the next wave of push. Arctic with the double, potential for a triple. Huss shuts it down. He doesn't have the security, the comfort to rotate the flag. Here comes Tony on the return. The Needlers in the hands of Huss. He stays out of the range of that melee in order to survive long enough for the trade to come through, but Avengers still have the numbers advantage.
Pressure now on the side for the Avengers. Parzelli goes down to even 3v3, and that sniper is going to do a lot of work off the respawners. Arctic does a great job there, not pushing left. Had he probably would have gotten at least a body shot from the no-scope of precision. Instead, he's still alive in their base, waiting and wasting some time instead. Didn't get a kill there, but wastes enough time to allow his team the chance to push together and push all out. Envor with the double kill, and it just goes to show there again why Parzelli didn't get a kill, but he stayed alive long enough to allow his teammates to come in and support, and now they have numbers advantage.
Great support, great teamwork on the side of Going Rogue to really stabilize in this game and have that response on the push again from the Avengers. Envor's rotating the back of the flag. He has 3 rounds in the sniper, so he's not going to look for the flag pickup, especially as Rockets and Overshield are just 3 seconds away. Can't connect on the player rotating to top mid, and so he gets the Hail Mary grenade kill instead. A great response back, and up for grabs are those Rockets, Neuronical and Parzelli on the trade.
All right, here we go. Going Rogue, going all 4 down once again. That snipe headshot from Swish on Envor is going to help the cause here and get this next flag out for the Avengers. 2 lying in wait in horrible spots. Really tough positioning. Tony trying to figure out how he wants to attack this former teammate. Swish finally pushes out with a kill on Huss, and he still has Swish to worry about in the back of his base. Turns back to look at him. Looks like this Going Rogue squad knows they need to take Swish out here. He's really anchoring hard for this Avenger squad as they send 2 to take him down. Oh, and they get the trade out, but Precision has the flag run continuing through mid-map.
Oh, and he gets around that corner in the nick of time. You saw the incoming fire. He tosses the flag out, doubling back to check his 6. I think the push is coming through long haul. He's got to watch out behind him as he focuses on bottom of Sniper Tower. I think there's a player. There it is. It's Parzelli and Envor together, but the double kill, and this flag is stopped at the 95-yard line. The counter pull is in.
Tony gets that counter pull, but it's not going to be enough as he trades out. And that is a trade that the Avengers will take all day as they take a 3-2 lead into crunch time.
When does crunch time start? 3 minutes?
3 minutes, that's right. Absolutely. 4 minutes is end game. Yeah, if you just thirds, right? 12 minutes, cut into the thirds, mid or beginning, middle, and end, as we see Swish looking to put an end to any hope here for Going Rogue. They have all 4 down. Swish with a clean run out past the mid map part of hallway without a single shot in his back.
Wow. Yeah, and that's because of Hus picking up a kill. You see the snipe. Tony and Arctic each pick up 1. They stop that flag. They stop before it can drop over the ledge at the top of the flag platform. So it's still out in the open. They could still get a touch. Instead, it's the counter pull that's come through. This flag is nearly reset. They get that last second stand and the reset. And now the Going Rogue lineup have a flag out of their own. Chronicle in prime position to shut down this run, but you see the drop wall in place, giving Avengers a little bit of safety. 3 go down for Going Rogue. And it looks like we're gonna get reset with just 2 minutes left on the clock, except for Berzelli can't win out this fight against Swish.
Yeah, but again, Parzelli doesn't get a kill, goes down, but leaves enough time for his teammates to come up and support. That's why you see Envor the first in the feed with that breaking kill. Now Going Rogue is again on this Avengers side of the map. Neuronical having to play some stellar clutch defense here with the likes of that sniper rifle. Only has 2 shots left and has 2 times the shield pushing him as Arctic has that overshield precision with a huge rocket kill. Just as it looked like Going Rogue is putting some pressure on that side of the map, Avengers answers back with the likes of another sniper headshot from Swish, taking down 2 with the help of a teammate.
And it looks like this push is going to get stopped in its tracks. Going Rogue are needed to try to fall back. Parzelli cannot retreat back to his respawning teammates. So instead, Going Rogue, they have 3 to make a potential push. And Neuronical takes 1 more down. And that failed push was because Avengers had control of both sniper weapons. 1 at long haul, 1 in the back of the base, holding off Going Rogue. And when you have a map like Empyrean with 2 snipers to work with, when they end up in the same team's hand, it can spell death and destruction, which is what Neuronical is trying to do. And again, even Neuronical going down in that fight, it's on the Going Rogue side of the map. It's stalling for time.
38 seconds left. Gonna start to see some desperation here as Envor and the rest of his teammates are likely to do nothing but hold forward here. And all the final shots not able to ring out as 3 go down for the Avengers. An opportunity here. Hus, last player alive, but Tony has the shots. Has him down to low shields, but Precision has the help. The grenade damage as well should be enough to take down Tony as he looks to scurry away out the other side, but goes down instead. And so too do their hopes of coming back here in game 1. Avengers will take it and go up in the series.
It's a great opening game. 3-2 gave us a lot of fast-paced action. The 2-0 initial lead from Avengers, they're able to hold on, but I love that mid-game response from Going Rogue. They tied up the game, forced the 5th capture to come through. Sorry, the 3rd capture rather, on the side of Avengers, the 5th capture overall. So honestly, 5 captures in the game of Empyrean capture the flag feels like kind of a lot, honestly, because of that hot start from Avengers.
Yeah, that was an action-packed match, and we saw Avengers start out with the hot 2-0 start, but I gotta give Going Rogue some credit. Just as it looked like their back was against the wall and it looked like this Avengers rosters was just a little too much to handle, they put 2 in of themselves and even had a chance there. We saw Swish going in for that last score. They took him down with a miraculous push through the long haul and had a chance all the way through to the very end. So gotta give credit for Going Rogue, making it interesting all the way through the end. As we take a look at some highlights, here's a moment, here's a big moment. This really spurred that second cap and really reflected the control that Avengers had on this series, locking down the spawns. Saw a little bit of an answer back there from Envor, and there we see the 2-0 in the feed or on the scoreboard. And here comes that answer back from this Going Rogue squad. The Arctic triple kill, a big reason why they were able to put that first flag on the board.
And with plays like Arctic's triple kill there, you know that Going Rogue is a hungry team ready to get into this fight. And coming just 1 capture short, I have to wonder if that's even fueled them further. You have some pretty feisty players across this roster. I mean, Envor and Tony, that duo we talk about, you know, known for some of their trash talk, known for having that underdog mentality. So I want to see how they carry through with that as they head into game number 2. On the side of Avengers, if they are going to live up to their name, if they are going to be the superheroes, They need to continue to lock down this series.
It's a good start here for going rogue as they have the rockets, but not able to materialize that into a lead. Tony having to use 2 rockets for the price of 1 player. A little bit of that Slayer efficiency at play here as Tony swaps the rocket for the use of that stalker rifle, and that could have been a potential spree in the making. Instead, they shut him down, shut down most of this going rogue squad, and now Avengers has the narrow lead.
Narrow lead here for Avengers, and so far in this game, it's been Swish with the most slays with 3. Precision is 1-1 right now, and I just bring that up because he went 28-17 in that last game. Definitely a player for going rogue to watch out for. Maybe not the sniper in hand for Precision, but we have the shock rifle or currently the sentinel beam as the secondary. He's gonna rotate here through PD, but it's that team fire from going rogue. They had 2 players ready to meet that fight.
Yeah, taking those gunfights with an advantage before a single shot gets fired. That's what we saw there from going rogue as they play their numbers advantage to earn themselves a narrow lead for themselves here. Now up to Arctic, looking to maintain his life with that pillar. He's going to go down, but I love the damage he did going down, taking down some with him as 3 go down for Avengers. Now this team wipe lead is looking pretty good for going rogue.
Yeah, nice to have a little 4-point lead. As you always kind of bring up here, Mikowski, like there's still, Avengers still within 4, right? 1 team wipe flips this around, but now it's at 5. Parzelli makes it into multiple waves of attack that are needed for Avengers to break into this lead again. And right now, going rogue are adding to it. Arda comes out with the triple kill and the timing to secure the rockets.
Parzelli goes down, but I think you'll take that because Tony is able to take those rockets and leave where he left off. Had those rockets previously, was able to take down 1, not able to take down 1 now, and leaving 1 on the ground for that Avengers squad. Huss picks up those rockets, down 5 here. His team really could use a free kill with the rockets, but instead it's Parzelli. Doesn't trade out, does a great job there not to trade out, and takes down Envoy cleanly. Wow.
He slid right below that rocket and gets the melee takedown. A nice clean kill on the side of Parzelli. But here we go, 3-point game. What was once a 5-point lead is now only 2 off of the back of Swish's perfect kill. Huss gets the takedown with the grenade. He tossed it. He kind of sat back and waited for the grenade to do the work in order for the Avengers to cut this lead. Not just to 1, sorry, it's a tied game. Now down by 1. Huss with the ability to tie it back up. He gets the kill onto Parzelli, and nearing the halfway point of this game, we are deadlocked 21-all.
Oh, this one has the feelings of a game 5. I know we're still early in this series, but this one's been so back and forth, regardless whether it's an OBJ and CTF or a Slayer here in game 2. This one is tight. Swish looking to change this tie and give his team another lead as 2 players trade out in the feed. It's a 2v2 encounter, but it's the red team that looks to get the better. No, 3 go down for the Avengers. That's a great answer back there from going rogue as we see Tony now pushing up with the pinch potential and that shotgun.
Rockets 12 seconds away. Tony rotating to back of Subway with 3 rounds of that Bulldog left to work with. But he sees teammates getting deleted across the map. He knows there's no stalker to be had. He uses all 3 rounds of the Bulldog, but Swish dodges out of the way to not catch enough shells to be taken down. And it's Precision who comes away with a fresh set of rockets and the slimmest of leads. 1-point advantage to Avengers, looking to double up on it with a well-placed rocket onto Envor.
Great comms there as we see Precision take almost 2 blind rocket shots. Now he's not necessarily shooting blind. He's got the intel from his teammates. That's why we saw those shots go out, leading to 2. And that's the difference right now, Magic. Those 2 kills with the rockets are the difference in this match as it's now brought back to just a 1-kill game. Going rogue with that numbers advantage, taking down Ironical. Gonna look to see if they collapse here on Huss as they do. Take him down with a back smack from Parzelli. And I gotta shout out Parzelli. He's the new member of this going rogue squad. The only player out of the 8 in this lobby that I don't believe has had pool play or main stage experience just yet. So you got to give credit to him for playing really well when the lights are on.
Yeah, Parzelli is a big key to why this game is so close right now. Sitting at 9 and 7 plus 3 assists, and from side to side, assists looking very even for both teams. I mean, Swish maybe is the standout player at 14 and 9, but Parzelli rotating through helps to take him down. Going Rogue, just staying within one. This has all the makings of a 49-50 finish as Parzelli swaps over to that new weapon, that Bandit. That single fire DMR can deal out so much damage across the map, or even close quarters in a 1v1 against Huss, and it's the BR in Huss's hands that wins the duel.
Oh, Huss flying in hot with the pace that Parzelli was not able to answer back to as Neurotical finds himself the double kill. The triple, no, that's going to be an assist instead. But it all counts towards the kill feed nonetheless. Just as we had a near tie at the 35-35 mark, it's now a 6-kill lead for the Avengers. And this is a really important moment in the match, Magic, because with 2 kills, it could either be a 1-team wipe game or a 2-team wipe game. This one's crucial right here.
Yeah, the next fight could very well determine the end of this game and the winner of it, but right now it's trade. It's kind of neck and neck. Swish now with the double kill extends that lead to 9, with Avengers just 6 away from going up 2-0 in the series. Swish he's expended those rockets, but he has a 1v2. Oh no, if he pushes too far forward, you can see all 4 players from Going Rogue setting up off the respawn. We might see the briefest of calms before the storm. Here comes the trap. They single him out. They take him down.
Parzelli looking to keep his team alive here in this game too. Don't want to go down 0-2 against the likes of this Avengers squad that looks primed. My God. Sometimes switching one player makes all the difference. I love this addition of Swish. We mentioned him being the battering ram for his team. Sitting at 17 and 11, he's doing just that.
And right now, Going Rogue are looking battered right now. They are down by 9. They cut it to 8 with Tony's frag kill, but they can only give up, they can't give up any more lives. 49-41. Is it going to be Precision with the Sentinel? It's enough for the assist to come through. And Precision, once again, continues playing even after the victory screen has come across the screen.
On this Avengers squad with the 11th seed, looks likely, just based on the seeding, to make it into our top 12 on Thursday. But my goodness, Magic, they're looking like one of those teams that's passing the eye test with flying colors. They look so much more improved with the likes of Swish, and I love that because Swish is not only going to provide damage, but he's going to play a little bit more sound strategical game. He's not going to give away as many deaths for free as they may have had before. So this Avengers squad, despite being in the 11th seed, I wouldn't be surprised to see them rise all the way to the top 8.
Well, I would just want to reference as well, this group of 3 that's on the Avengers that was Need Org last week did land in that 9th through 12th range at the end of Thursday. So they broke through till Thursday, but they end there in 9th through 12th alongside Complexity, Proton Gaming, and Need and Org. Don't get it mixed up, 2 very different teams. I'm glad that they switched to the team Avengers now, coming back with that switch from Bone to Swish. A little bit of a Freudian slip there as they pick up Swish onto this Avengers roster. But that breaking into the top AU reference is really the next step for this Avengers roster. And assuming they can lock down this series, that's going to be put to the test because Rebellion waits for the winner of this matchup.
Oh my goodness. We are getting treated to some really good matchups here in the round 3 and 4. Usually you feel like you got to wait till round 5 to see some of these incredible matchups, but we're getting treated to it early here in winners round 3. And my goodness, I'm sure Rebellion is maybe playing right now. They might have previously 3-0 swept, but this is a series that you want to be watching if you're Rebellion, because this Avengers squad looks so primed for a potential upset. I gotta imagine that series could be close, but Going Rogue has an opportunity to reverse sweep, but they're gonna have to take the long route with a long game 3 potential here. Live fire Oddball.
Oddball definitely has the potential to be, it is the longest on average mode, but Avengers primed to take the 3-0 sweep. And honestly, if they were playing a game of horse, they might want to just call it nothing but net, because Swish was the player to lead the charge in that game 2 with an 8.0 KDA. And this new addition to the roster alongside that trio plus Neurotical Precision is looking ready to take on not just Going Rogue, but even potentially Rebellion in the next series. As we look over some of the replays from what we've seen in games 1 and 2, there was almost a familiar storyline in both matches where we saw opening breaks from Avengers, mid-game very strong for Going Rogue, but in both games 1 and 2, the end game was pretty well held down by the Avengers.
Yeah, this is looking like a really strong Avengers squad against a scrappy team in going rogue that, let's not forget, the likes of Envor and Tony qualified for the Halo World Championships last year with an incredible run at Orlando. So this is for Avengers. This is a great team that you're playing here in Winners Round 3, but they're winning handily. That tells me that they're absolutely up for the challenge and task that they may face here later on in the tournament. And we know for a fact they're playing Rebellion after this. Oh my God, I think it's gonna be an incredible series. But for now, we'll see if Going Rogue has a reverse sweep up their sleeves.
You know, Going Rogue are here to fight. Envor gets the first kill of the game. He gets traded out with some frag grenade damage. This Neurotical with the sniper choosing to take this long-range weapon into close quarters, diving into the shroud screen, and he gets the blind fire. The kill from inside the shroud screen. He didn't even have to know what he was shooting at. He didn't have to see it. He knew where that player was to get that blind fire medal. And you might not have seen that before in HCS. That's a new one because of the shroud screen play.
Yeah, that's the first time we've gotten to witness that. Whoa, that blind fire medal is, it looks like a blind sticky from Parzelli bounces off the rail and back into his face. Could cause some problems here for Going Rogue, but instead they collect pretty well. Actually have a numbers advantage right now. 2 down for the Avengers as Going Rogue has a hold on the feed, but not on the oddball just yet. It's 12 for the Avengers despite the kill feed for Going Rogue.
12-0 is the nice little chunk of time for Avengers, but no room for them to get comfortable. They are down in slays. Going Rogue coming out pretty ferocious. Arctic doesn't even have the safety to rotate that oddball. And in fact, if he had, he's going to find Huss and Precision rotating to the back of A. They get both kills cleanly, no trading out. Objective toss back into A. Precision holding onto the scoreboard and kind of juking left and right to get those peak shots.
Oh, Tony, last player alive there. He goes down about 5 seconds later, and then Envor goes down about 5 seconds later. That is the stagger you're looking for here on oddball. That leads to another 3 down for Going Rogue. Going Rogue should see even more ball time here for the Avengers.
And honestly, it's disappointing because Going Rogue had a great rotation at the back of A. They had the first 2 clean kills, but again, not able to turn it into any objective time. Now it's Envor and Tony working together to pick up that overshield on the other side of the map where Huss is getting takedowns on B. The overshield is ready, but Envor is delaying that activation because he wants to get maximum efficiency out of this power-up. He sees Precision. Tony cleans up that kill. Envor still holding on to that overshield, finally activates it as they continue to push on this break, anticipating the ball reset.
Yeah, and it's a delayed pop of that overshield, and it's a delayed push on the oddball. That's why we saw 52 seconds accumulated there by the Avengers, despite not necessarily having the slays. If you just a quick glance at the kill feed, they're actually negative in this game. I think they have a 3-kill deficit just at a quick glance. So a 3-kill deficit in the kill feed, but they're up by a 1-5 margin in oddball. That's the objective efficiency you're looking for if you're the Avengers.
Speaking of an objective efficiency, the Avengers have had it locked down so far in the early stages of this game. Envor pushes to top mid. 3 go down for Going Rogue. I want to go to a quick listen-in with Envor and the team Going Rogue to see how they can reset at the midway point of this round 1.
I'm playing with you, Tony.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Top center snipe, guys.
We are right tunnel.
Okay, are you?
I'm dead.
That's what I'm saying.
He was right with you.
He's here. One shot here. Right, I'm dead. Last guy switch.
Goodbye.
We have the ball.
I'm getting tired.
Key door, 1 shot. I got him dead. I'm dead.
Nice.
We have the ball.
Nothing cut yet.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta get ready to rotate this.
That's fair. Alright.
Wherever these spawns.
Yeah, there's no one B side.
I spawned A. I think they're mud.
Yeah, let me door. I need help. We're just leaving me.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I'm sitting
Bottom mid?
Yeah. We
Door.
Tower, 1 shot. And C-plat to me. Weird.
Cut.
Top tower. C-plat still.
Us soon. I'm pull up.
You do see it.
Yo, bro, we're doing too much, bro. Like, we're
That's
just
what I'm
running
saying. Yo,
everyone.
Lee,
Not helping each other, bro.
you gotta push out green there also for the rotate. You just stood in between.
Well, it's fun getting to listen in on the comms with Envor and the rest of Going Rogue, but unfortunately we caught them just as a disconnect comes through. And yeah, a little bit disappointing because I felt like Going Rogue was really building up momentum. They had their first significant time on the oddball there at the back of the tower. but it's gonna have to go to that reset, and I want to see what their response is gonna look like. Do you feel like this is a setback, Mikowski, or do you think they're gonna rally just fine?
No, I actually, so one of the main things I listen for when I listen to listen-ins isn't necessarily the call-outs, it's the tone of the call-out. And there, I heard a pretty comfortable, pretty collective tone there from this Going Rogue squad. And even at the end, did you hear that? Tony two-turn started pointing out what the team had maybe necessarily done wrong in that game to lead to the 52 unanswered for Avengers. But again, the tone was positive, and when you can address feedback like that, where you're discussing what's going wrong with your team, but still have sort of an uplifting nature behind it, like this, guys, we can do this behind it. You don't have to necessarily say it, you just feel it in the tone. So I noticed a lot of good things from that listen in from Envor and Tony, Arctic and Prezzelli, and yeah, they look primed to potentially reverse sweep and at the very least come back here in this game as they look strong before the reset.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the difference between guys, we can do this, and guys, we can do this, right?
Yep.
That tone shift can make all the difference in how your team's morale can recover. And I agree with you that the test for a team right now, we're talking about Going Rogue as a team with the potential to like break into top 12, right? To make it to Thursday. And if they're going to do that, they have to continue making those mid-match adjustments, which you can't do if you have frustration or exasperation in the comms instead of that focused comms. So I liked what we were seeing from Going Rogue, and I hope they can bring it back off the reset, because again, they were starting to climb the scoreboard. They had led kills from the very opening break, but they were starting to get objective time as well.
Yeah, they started off at a margin down by a 1-5 margin. I think a 10-50 rounded up or so. There at the end before the reset, they cut that lead in half, and it looked like they were going to keep going. So really unfortunate reset, if you will, for Going Rogue, because they not only had momentum, but they had oddball and the map control to potentially, I think, even tie it there at the 50 mark. So Going Rogue going to have to go back to the well, recreate, copy, pasta those strategies that we saw before the reset and deploy them as we go back into this game 3 oddball. But I'm loving the response from this Going Rogue squad. But to be fair, Magic, we've seen them respond in games 1 and 2, right? Like the mid game looked strong there for Going Rogue. Can they find the answer in the end game, which is a really appropriately timed question as they play against the Avengers?
I'm just reading over this. KK, his PC exploded. Great use of words there from Swish. Unfortunate. I'm hoping that's not the literal interpretation of the word exploded, but they had that discussion of how are we going to pick things back up, and it looks like playing to 73. So if my math is correct, that's a plus 27 second advantage given to Avengers off of that reset.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's about where we left off. But again, man, based on the eye test, it looked like Going Rogue was primed to come back in this game. And speaking of coming back, I wonder if Neurotical's PC exploded, will he even be able to physically get back into this lobby? That's really the pressing question at this point. Yeah, maybe he has to switch over to Xbox. God, can you imagine how? Oh, that's a true gamer right there. The grind is real. If your PC explodes and you say, "Hey, hold on, guys, let me go grab the Xbox," as we do see Neurotical back in the lobby. We don't have to wait too long. I know you guys want to get back to the action, and so do we.
Well, we're glad to see Neurotical being able to reconnect off of a quote-unquote PC explosion going down. And as we get ready for the next round, that plus 27 advantage given to Avengers, meaning that they need to hit 73 and that full 100 still needed by Going Rogue. But still better than where things had started off, because I believe it was like, was it 52, 54?
Yeah, 52
just past
unanswered.
the 52 unanswered points. So as you had said, I think they cut that in half before getting into this reset. And Going Rogue, the other thing I wanted to point out is that they were getting the slays. There was that great flank play they had at the back of A to get oddball control at scoreboard that didn't turn into any objective time. So if they can tighten up on those breakthroughs to turn it into oddball control, they are right back in this fight.
Yeah, that's a great point, Magic. When we brought it up during the match, it was the Avengers who were down in the kill feed, down 3 at one point at least, maybe even 4, which a whole team wipe. They're down in the match, but they're up at that moment, 52-11 on the scoreboard. if Going Rogue can come back with the same slaying prowess, but even just like a 10% increase in objective efficiency, you don't necessarily need much. They could very well find themselves tied in this game. 50 to, I think it was about 70. What'd you say? 73. So 27 needed by the Avengers to win this one out.
No, they need to hit 73. They had a 27-second advantage credited to them. So they're playing on that rule of differential. They had the 7 seconds more than Going Rogue, so they take 27 off of that max of 100 that they need to hit. So they had to hit 73 is the short version of that.
All right, so Avengers needing 73, Going Rogue needing 100. And there again, I saw a numbers advantage there for Going Rogue, but I don't see any oddball time for either of these two teams. So that's just really difficult here for Going Rogue. You did so well to get the team wipe on Avengers, but now you got to do it all over again. Let's see what they got.
And with this next round of slays, potentially they can secure that overshield. And it's Arctic who pops that overshield in the split-second nick of time. He has Swish down to 1 shot, but there's a sniper in the hands of Swish. So Arctic jumps out of the way of that scope. He goes after the next fight. He softens up Precision, but Precision not backing down, re-engages. In the early stages of this reset, Precision already with 3 kills and 2 assists. Add on to it that C platform nest position to watch for the next push from Going Rogue.
Oh, and I love that play there from Precision. You had Swish in the back of A with that sniper rifle, pushing that Going Rogue squad towards the C side of the map. And Precision there, he just waited at dummies and let the game come to him. That's why we see an 18-0 start here for the Avengers and only needing 73. That's an even better start. That's that 30 seconds of milk you're looking for to start a round, which looks really efficient for this Avenger squad.
Huss fighting for top mid. He can drop down and pick up the oddball, or in this case, picking up that heat wave. Sets up the assist. He's looking for more. Great shots are raining down, making 2 assists for Huss. And Arctic is crouching just below the door. He's behind the pillar. Huss didn't check that pillar. He runs right past. The quick movement was going to help Huss, but not as he rushes into the waiting lineup of Going Rogue. Kills are trading back and forth, but right now Going Rogue have the advantage on numbers. Swish comes through as the equalizer. This ball is back at the reset.
Here we go, 3 down again for the Avengers. How does Going Rogue take advantage of the number slay? Tony trying to rotate that oddball outside to the screen door, but Huss is there waiting. Huss is there with the double kill. Huss is now pushing in for a potential triple, but he'll take the team wipe instead. But no, Envor with the back of Huss. I'm surprised he forgot about that there because the icon of the oddball was to the right.
Yes.
You knew a player was to the right, but instead it's Avengers going down. But again, they're rotating the oddball away. We're seeing the slays from Going Rogue. There's just not the objective efficiency they need to take down this Avenger squad.
And he almost like assumed that Envor was going to rotate to the back of B, which is what I would have anticipated as well. And with that, Envor re-engages, gets the back smack. But what did he lose by dropping that objective? They had no milk. No milk gotten for Going Rogue. Only 1 second of time. And Huss is shredding with that sniper, which now falls into the hands of Tony. This is where you get some objective time.
Oh my God, this is and I'd almost love to go to another listen in because how frustrated do the comms sound now where you're fragging out, but the scoreboard doesn't reflect it. Finally starting to see a little bit of time for Going Rogue, but just as they start to accumulate some time, they go all 4 down. Avengers with the oddball once again.
You want to hear what the comms sound like? Let's go to a listen in as Avengers are just 45 seconds away from taking this round 1.
Okay, two dead. Okay, I'm playing
ball.
I think pillars.
Ball dropped.
Last 2
Oh,
big door.
it's 15.
I got one over.
I green weak.
I'll turn back green. I mean,
Okay, I'm moving.
Ball, ball,
One dead, one to spawn, one to spawn.
There
There
should be dummies. Dummies down. Weak. Weak dummies. Dummy door weak.
yeah, I'm flanking.
What's up now? We spawn A. You're still good A side.
I don't. One bottom mid. There's two bottom mid. They're trying to play ball.
Okay.
Top mid.
There's the ball.
All guys.
Watch for the guy top mid.
Pillar kid.
Chasing rat tunnel, chasing rat tunnel.
Okay, here you
One
go.
guy bottom mid with E-wave and one should be dummy door.
Bottom center, 3 goes.
Coming.
3 guys bottom center.
I'm getting out, Tony.
Okay.
I'm playing A plat. Keep play with me.
I spawned here.
Ball dropped.
I'm playing key.
I can look
I'm
dummies.
with you. I'm with you.
Okay, I'm behind him.
One is mud.
Has the ball.
Yeah, ball's
Mud
gonna
and
die.
back
Ball dropped.
One more there.
Okay,
Watch out for you.
I'm trying to
So
get you
green
guys.
and back mid last 2.
B, 1 shot. No, one
Back
shot.
B and pillars. Yeah, back B and pillars last 2.
Okay, I'm looking.
Close head.
This is trade.
I'm looking for no rifle. He's still back B.
I'm
Still
looking.
back B.
I have a repulse.
It might be inside of it.
Careful, careful.
There's one.
He's top B to the right. Top B to the right.
Yeah, right there hiding. Right there hiding.
If you full sand.
On me, A plus.
Okay, I'm looking at your play. I'm looking at your play.
8 half.
Left for pillars.
I think you should play A plus, Tony. Alright, nice. Okay, I'm chill. He's dead.
Gotta get the ball, bro.
Nice, Tony.
Another one on mid.
One shot.
We
He's
have the ball.
one shot on mid and mud.
Make him chase. Get him small.
Muddy kid.
Mud's gonna try you guys.
We're staying now.
I got damage one. He's one shot mud behind the box.
Dead here.
It's fun to see.
Shit, might be on your like back B on you.
I'm gonna go white wall.
One down.
Get bar here.
Enemy has the
Come
ball.
back B.
Yeah, there's
Ball
two.
dropped.
Try to.
They're gonna try getting
Finish.
this.
Enemy has
I'm looking at us.
And
One
there's one white wall.
I'm green.
I loved hearing that listening. There was some back and forth, but still only 11 seconds of objective time on the side of going rogue. And the Avengers only need to hit that 73-second mark because of the advantage they had before the reset.
Yeah, and we saw at the start of that listen in Magic another team wipe for going rogue, but they got no oddball time with it. They actually got the overshield instead, but then they couldn't use that to play the objective efficiency we've been looking for out of these guys. We know they have the slays, and it's almost like one of those moments where like you get into an argument and you come up with something really clever to say after the fact.
Yes,
For
every
going
time.
rogue, that example for them was that game 2 Slayer, where they were slaying out. They've shown that they have the ability to slay out over this Avenger squad. You have to win the game 2 if that's going to be the route you take, because the objective efficiency was not there as they go down here to a 3-0 sweep from the Avengers as they now get ready to take on this Rebellion squad. Upset alert, ring it in the chat.
Whoa, hold on. This is just the first round of oddball.
I got confused by the reset.
I'm excited for you,
I'm
but
sorry.
like, it's a 1-0 in this game number 3. So going rogue, this is your chance to prove everybody wrong, prove Mikowski wrong, and mount an improbable comeback. Backs against the wall. They're getting the
Triple
slays,
kill.
but Neuronical now on the opening break with the triple kill is going to win over the first time. You would think 2 Avengers, but they're not even playing for the objective. They're almost mirroring what we saw from going rogue, getting slays, no objective time.
Yeah, that's my bad there. I got a little baited by the reset, and at this point, if you're going rogue, you just got to reset the mental entirely. As again, 3 go down for Avengers, but it's precision with the sniper and the overshield. So there's always an if but, an and but for the going rogue squad. Every time they're able to accomplish something of positive nature, they take another step back. So really curious to see how they can answer back. Heard a little bit of exasperation in the comms as it relates to the tone when we went to that last listen in, and it was right after going rogue had the team wipe on Avengers, but they got no oddball time from it. The frustration starting to mount, and so too is the score for the Avengers.
Precision with the sniper in hand is going to get rushed and overwhelmed, and this is it. Going rogue, immediately going to grab that objective off the back of those slays. They held Avengers to only 8 seconds. Some great plays happening here. Going rogue with only 1 second on the objective, and as much as I want to see the gun plays going down, it's that oddball control that's going to win or lose the game. Can Envor get there to at least force a reset? He doesn't make it in time. The reset does, however, come through. But even on that rotation of the oddball, 1 second. That's just the time to pick it up and toss it out towards B.
Swish continuing. We talked about the slaying performance for going rogue, but hey, let's talk about the slaying performance for Swish. +6 in this game, and look at that, playing some OBJ as well. Second on his team in OBJ, first on his team in slays, and least amount of deaths. So when you look at a guy like Swish, you got to look at a guy like Swish because he's the new player on this team, and we talk about how in team composition, you're one player, you're 25% of the roster. So despite only making 1 team change for this Avenger squad, formerly Believe the Hype at Charlotte, they're looking much improved.
Looking much improved, and now Tony holding that objective. He's 19 and 13, +6, but also double digits on the assists. But as the first player on the side of going rogue, getting objective time, Precision's trying to break that hold. The reset comes through as Tony goes down. But finally, a good chunk of time earned for going rogue. Precision has damage onto multiple targets. He finally cleans up a kill onto Arctic, but he's wanting to hold on to this seaside spawn as teammate Swish picks up that objective oddball.
And I got to give credit to Going Rogue, able to secure a strong milk start here with that first 30 seconds. But just as I say that, Avengers looking to put up a 30-second spree of their own as Precision goes down. Neuronical goes down. Again, numbers advantage here for Going Rogue. But Swish has the heat wave and a chance to stop the bleeding, but just for momentarily as 3 go down for Avengers. Map control for Going Rogue, but the oddball is down at the reset. The difference between the oddball being right there at dummy door, you could have easily set back up at Snipe Tower. Instead, Going Rogue are going to have a tougher time setting up for this oddball, maybe explaining a little bit why we don't see as much oddball time as you would expect.
But they did rotate out of there. Maybe it wasn't the rotation they would have wanted from Tower, but they rotate to the back of B, and Arctic perfectly positioned at Nest. He finds one back smack. He finds the double. He finds the assist on the third. And this whole time, Parzelli has been locking down that objective. This is a definite shift from what we saw earlier from Going Rogue, where he's not dropping to fight. He is holding on and milking every second.
Going Rogue using this reset as almost like a second chance at life, doubling up on this Avengers squad. Wow, this is the answer back. This is the regain, and most importantly, this is the objective efficiency we were looking for, as now Going Rogue are down in the kill feed, down in slays, but up in oddball time. You'll take that.
Oh, Tony's up against a Needler plus overshielded Precision. That pink miss even more deadly when the overshield is the one holding the weapon to go down. Arctic now on the rotation, but you see where the objective is. It's Huss all the way at the back of Tower. It was almost a distraction play with that Needler overshield to draw all of Going Rogue away.
This is insane. Everybody's dead except for the oddball holder. Huss still able to milk out some time, and most importantly, gets the reset. So I'm actually so glad we have 90 Night observing, because I have so many questions as to how Going Rogue hasn't won a round or even finished this round or put up more points on the board. We're seeing why right there. Huss, last player alive, milking oddball time while doing it, resetting it while doing it. And that's why this Avengers squad looks primed for a comeback here. Now down nearly 10.
Oh, the stick from downtown. The double kill from Tony. Gets those breaking kills. The last player alive is Swish with the objective. The push coming through from Going Rogue. Envor on the forward end of that, sent out on a scouting mission. Envor has Swish on the run. He has shots, but here comes the help. Precision cuts him off in his tracks. You can imagine the comms saying, I got one on my back, I got one on my back, and the help comes through in the split-second nick of time.
10 seconds till overshield. 10 seconds till sniper. 10 seconds for Avengers to come back and take the lead in this game. This one is coming down to the wire. A minute and 40 on the regulation clock. 3 down for Going Rogue once again. Tony, last player alive, looks to make a clutch kill on Neuronical, but Neuronical takes the better of Tony and takes that overshield as well.
Overshield scooped up. Neuronical is the strongest player on the map as the tie comes through the scoreboard, 77 all. Neuronical didn't pick up that sniper. He didn't want to give away his location. I don't understand. He pushes forward with the overshield, not wasting any time even for a power weapon. And it looks like that sniper instead still sits unclaimed at top mid. Avengers squeaking out a 10-second lead. And it looks like, oh no, Arctic is taken down as well. Neuronical can rotate back of A. A great takedown by Tony just in time before Neuronical could clear the corner.
Oh, and if Tony hadn't taken him down there, that could have been game, set, match. Instead, we still have a very tight game. 1:10 on the clock. Still 10 seconds separating these two teams. Something has to give as 3 go down. Precision playing so well. And the decision earlier there from Neuronical to not grab sniper, I'm thinking to myself, as long as somebody else grabs it, that's a great play. As the heads-up play going for oddball instead of the snipe leads to the win here for the Avengers. Playing smart Halo, taking the series 3-0.
Well, there's the 3-0 you were predicting a little bit prematurely, and it does come through for Avengers. That second round of oddball, much more tightly fought, and I did like those micro adjustments on the side of Going Rogue. Ultimately was not enough. Avengers were slaying out all 4 players in the 20+ kill mark. And again, that objective efficiency you're always looking for, especially in what could be a long game of oddball. 3-0 ends up as the end scoreline, but You know, to me, it felt like a 3-1. It felt like maybe a 3-2. Avengers definitely the team, the better team that deserves that win. But going rogue, we're really nipping at their heels throughout the series.
Yeah, and I worry that going rogue much more Chihuahua than Doberman in that series, as they had plenty of bark but not enough bite to take down this Avenger squad, newly minted with that Swish. Oh, and the combination of Swish and Neuronical, I love. I think Neuronical is really underrated, and I think Swish is too. So you pair two of those guys who were equally as hungry, and this is the results you get. Swish had a great series. Neuronical had a great series as well, making some clutch plays at the end to earn that series victory, as we take a look at some highlights from the beginning.
For a lot of highlight moments. We had some triple kills. We're still waiting for overkills. I hope we didn't spend them all on Thursday. Looking for more overkills that nighty. Of course, we'll catch on the broadcast, but plenty of multi-kills and great rotation plays. But I think it was really the team plays that stand out in my mind, where we see all of Avengers watching each other's backs quite literally in order to preserve lives and stay force strong. Here's one rare instance where they weren't watching their back and they had to pay for it, with Arctic getting the 2 back smacks.
Yeah, and right there is where it really looked like they were going to run away with it, like we saw Avengers do with their oddball rounds. But it's that objective efficiency came back to bite the going rogue roster. As Neuronical, there was one of those probably one of the most clutch plays of the game. Look at that, his team down 7, needing that to come out on top.